Hi everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So I am coming on to share week 3 of Sybil B's hashtag Christmas crafting. This is such a fun collab. I of course will leave Sybil linked in the description box below, her channel, specifically the video about this collaboration. She's had all kind of fun things planned for it, some random giveaways, some prizes at the end. She actually drew my name last night for one of the random giveaways. Thank you again, Sybil. I so appreciate that. Sybil, as you know, she makes such lovely creations. I've been a fan of hers for a long time, admired her work. So definitely check that out if you want more information. For this week's project, I made 3 cards and specifically a Z-fold card. So I am part of a small group on Instagram, hashtag Crafty Dares, and one of our prompts this week was to make a Z-fold card. If you can see the side of it, makes a Z. I was not familiar, I had to look it up, and I found a simple tutorial that I linked in the description box below. I actually shared this project in a video just a couple of days ago, just a short project sharing, or a short video sharing this project. And this here paper, it's a simple stories, I think something like Flower Meadow or something like that. It's in that video. Anyways, I loved the idea of the Z-fold card, and the products that I used this week are, I used a few stamps, this very small Merry Christmas, my little handy dandy trusty little speckle stamp. I don't think I can create anything without using that. I used this redleadpaperworks.com. I love their images. I don't know if this one is still available. On this set, I just used the sentiment, "Oh Thou Joyful Day." I used a little bit of a gold paint pen. I used one 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. It is by Prima from the Farm Sweet Farm Collection, the Prairie Rose, non-Christmas paper, but could not resist the gorgeous floral. I used this Reminisce paper pad from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I believe this is still available over on scrapbook.com. One of the wonderful things about this pad is it's got a lightweight cardstock in the front and a heavier weight cardstock in the back, and you get 2 of each design, one of course in the lighter weight, one in the heavier weight in the back. But anyways, they have such gorgeous designs. I love this product. I have a few of these books, such wonderful designs, lots of elements to collage with or create whatever you want. Look at those beautiful cut aparts. And then as a focal point, I did use a 3x4 journaling card. Now this is not the pack, my craft room ate it. I used the journaling cards. It's a pack of them similar to this, a 3x4 journaling card. You can also get the cut apart, in the 12 by 12, again, the 3x4s. I like to do that a lot, create with journaling cards and make them as my focal point. I think it's so easy and fun to do. But the one I used was Prima. Frank Garcia was the designer, and it's called Christmas Sparkle. So I chose the Angel journaling cards out of that pack to create my cards. I made 3 cards. Again, the Z-fold, and that simple tutorial, if I did not say, will be linked in the description box below. I don't remember the creator's name, but this was so easy to make. And look at that gorgeous paper from the Elizabeth Craft pack. So pretty. And then I used that gold paint pen, and I just lightly did the edges of this cardstock, just edged it lightly with that gold pen. I did layer the journaling card with some gold foil. I get the single sheets over at Hobby Lobby. I use that little Merry Christmas stamp here as a sentiment. Now I have seen some examples of Z-fold card. If this is just too narrow, I've seen folks where they'll have a fold here and have the sentiment underneath with the cardstock on top, so make it like a top fold in this area. And then I just did a little angel stamp on the back, kind of as my hallmark, and I put my initials on it. So that's my first card. The second one here, another angel. I did stamp that "Oh Thou Joyful Day" on all 3 of these cards. Again, one of those gorgeous designs. I layered this with a deeper brown cardstock These are kind of in the brown tones. Of course, I've edged everything in the vintage photo. Again, that Merry Christmas. And again, I just signed it on the back. And then last but not least, I asked my husband, does this look like a Christmas card to you? And he said no. But I couldn't resist. It had some pink florals around this, and some of them got cut off. But I thought of this cardstock. It's got some gold foiling in it, and so pretty. So I don't know. You'll have to share your thoughts with me and let me know if you think this is appropriate for Christmas, but maybe definitely more feminine or good friend or whatnot. But that is what I chose to make this card with. And I was trying to match up the tones, you know, a little bit with each angel. So these are my project for the week. Again, this is week 3, so I don't know if there's just 1 week left. So this has been so fun, Sybil. Thanks so much for hosting this collaboration. I will also post a close-up of these over on Instagram if you need a closer look. Would love it if you give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.